Okay, we're in lesson 66 in 5th grade. We are learning how to multiply mixed numbers. So, first thing off, hi, this is your first lesson. So if I were you, I would go back to lesson 65 and just review a little bit before you go on to lesson 66. And you could do your test before you go on to 66. You could do your test 12. So that you have all the previous information from the previous lessons fresh in your mind before we go on. So this is lesson 66, multiplying mixed numbers. And I have your 3 little rules that you should keep in mind when multiplying mixed numbers. Remember, a mixed number is a little bit of a whole number and a fraction, right? Because it's mixed together. Okay, so, all right. So it says, you have 3 steps when multiplying mixed numbers. Step 1 is to put the problem in the correct shape. So if it's in mixed number, it probably wants you to put it in an improper fraction. So if a mixed number looks like this, it wants you to put an improper fraction. An improper fraction, remember, was the total is bigger on the top. And when you want, like you're going to do a pyramid, you want the smaller person on top. So an improper fraction is when the bigger person's on top. So an improper fraction would be 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So this improper fraction would be 9/4. Okay? Maybe I should find something else to use besides my dish towel to erase. All right, so we're going to put it into the correct shape, and then we're going to solve it for whatever operation it asks us to do. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It will tell us in our operation. And then we're going to simplify or reduce it. In class we say reduce. It just means make it to the smallest number it can possibly be. So if you have 5/10, well, 5 goes into 5 one time, and 5 goes into 10 2 times. So now we've reduced to the smallest it can be. Okay? Just a refresher course. All right, so it says, oh, this is a very good thing. It says to write a whole number as an improper fraction by making the whole number the numerator and then a 1 as the denominator. So anytime you want to make a whole number a fraction, you just, this is a whole number, this is a whole number, this is a whole number. Anytime you want to make 3, this whole number a fraction, it's 3/1. How do we make this into a fraction? 2/1. How do I make the number 4, the whole number 4, into a fraction? 4/1. Easy peasy. So we will start with example 1. Multiply. So now it tells us what to do. It tells us what operation to do. It says multiply. Multiply 2 2/3 times 4. So we have to now get it in the correct shape. The first step is the correct shape. So this is a mixed number, and we need to get it into an improper fraction. So the bigger number on top, smaller number on bottom. So first step, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8, and then we just take and keep this this denominator. 8/3 times 4. Now how do we make this whole number 4 a fraction? 4/1. And then we just simply multiply it through. Because remember, when you multiply fractions, you don't have to find a common denominator. That's only with addition and subtraction. So we can just multiply this all the way through and be done. 8 times 4 is 32. 3 times 1 is 3. Can we reduce it at all? 32/3? Oh, 32/3 doesn't seem like it. Okay. So that is improper form, but this is an improper fraction. Now we need to make it back into a mixed number because this is improper and we don't want our answer to be improper. So how do we do this? How do we make this back into a mixed number? 3, so 32, and this is division sign, so 32 divided by 3. 32 divided by 3. 3 goes into 3, 1 time, 3, 0, 2. 3 goes into 2, how many times? 0 times. 0, 2. So we have a leftover. Should we 2/3. Looks like it. So we have a leftover, so it's 10 2/3. Okay? And that is how we did example 1. You might want to, before we do examples, go through your example, see if you can do it first, and then pause it before you do your example, and then go back and see if you got the same answer as me. Okay? All right, do you want to do example 2? Let's do example 2. See if we got it down. Example 2. Multiply, so it's telling us what operation to do. Multiply 2 1/2 by 1 1/3. So now we need to get these mixed numbers into improper fractions so that we can multiply all the way across. But first step, correct shape. We're going to do correct shape. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Keep the denominator, 5 halves. Times 3 times 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4, keep the denominator, thirds. And now we don't have to worry about common denominators. We can just multiply all the way across. 5 times 4 is 20. 2 times 3 is 6. Ooh, these two are even, so I know I can reduce. Let's reduce. 2 goes into 6. 2 goes into 20. So 2 goes into 20 10 times. 2 goes into 3 times. Now we can say 10 divided by 3. 10 divided by 3 because we want to have a mixed number as an answer. We never want an improper fraction as an answer. So 3 goes into 10 how many times? 3 times 3 is 9. That'll fit. 9 with 1 left over. So our answer can be 3 1/3. Okay? So before you solve the examples, you can pause it, try to see it on your own, and see if you got the same answer to see if you understand. Okay? I think that's all the examples they have. So let's do one of the practice set, and that should be it. And you can do your lesson. Practice set. 1 1/2 times 2/3. So 2/3 we don't know to mess with because it's already in fraction form. And it's not an improper fraction, it's just, it's a good fraction. The smaller part's on top. So what is this? How do I change this into an improper fraction? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3, we keep the denominator, which is 2. All right. So now we have 3 times 2 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. And what happens when the same number is on top of the same number? It equals 1. Okay, so that should be it for lesson 66. Just do the rest of your practice set, and you're golden.